Alright, so in the past about year and a half, I became absolutely obsessed with turkey hunting. Absolutely love it. Last year I put a lot of effort in to figure out how to call more. And this year I ended up buying my own turkey shotgun with the Indian Creek chokes because everybody says those are the greatest. My target is blowing away at this moment. But we're about to be testing its sight in and group at 40 yards because I personally don't know how well this shotgun's actually sighted in. I tried to pattern it the other day. Did not get nearly what I was expecting out of it, but that was like at 60 something yards. So we're gonna back up to 40, which is, I'd say, a fairly average distance from what I've seen. We're shooting 3.5 inch 5-shot. Later in the year, we're gonna test it with, I think, like 9-shot TSS. And if that target will stop blowing away, that is gonna be our target, is Mr. Thomas the Turkey, the biggest gobbler in the world, hopefully. But we're in Arkansas, so probably not. Hopefully just a decent gobbler this year. So, hope you enjoy. Here we go, we're gonna start doing some shooting. I forgot to show though, that's our turkey. We just drew it. Aiming for the center of his neck, so if we hit a little high, we blow his head off, and if we hit a little low, we still get vertebrae and end up with our turkey, but I gotta find a weight for that box. All right, so we've got us a little setup right here to test her out with. We're gonna put one of our number 5-shot Remington turkey shells in here. These are nothing too fancy, just what you can get at Walmart. We're gonna see what kind of group we get at 40 yards. All right, let's go check that out. All right, so I think we appear fairly centered. I'm gonna flip the camera around where you can see from that angle, and I'll show where the grouping's at. All right, so that is our grouping. I mean, looks pretty centered to me. That's a 5-shot, but we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, about 12 within where that it would have killed it. So I figured 12 shots where it would have killed it's pretty decent. I'm gonna turn this box sideways like this, and then I'm gonna aim low and see if we're hitting high at all. All right, shot 2, here we go. Let's see if I can get that just to drop. There. Put that in there. We're gonna aim low center, and just see what happens. All right, let's go check out where that hit. From the appearance of this box, I know that y'all are not gonna be able to see nothing if I shine it at it where the pellets hit hardly. But we patterned pretty well right where we were aiming, so that's pretty good. We're gonna find some punter targets though. All right, so final test. This is what happens if you're just sitting there and your turkey, which is the little green circle in that castor oil, just strolls up at 5 yards away. I mean, could you still hit him if you were slow? So you'd have to come up just real slow and easy, which just has water in it. Get lined up on him. I think that probably got the turkey. Let's go look at it and see if we actually got him, because you can't be sure until you get your hands on it. So let's go check this out. Got to unscrew my camera right there. There we go. So, dadgum son. Hopefully, if we do try and film shooting a turkey, that the sun ain't in our eyes the whole time. So I think at 5 feet, that the pattern off of a 3.5 inch Magnum would definitely be effective on a turkey. You can leave your thoughts in the comments if you think that that would humanely dispatch a turkey, but I personally think it would. So now for our final test here in a little bit, which before we do the final test, we're gonna play with some turkey calls, because this is a getting ready for turkey season video. Like, we're trying to get everything all together. In a couple of weeks, we're gonna be ordering bullets. Getting excited, it's a little bit early, but I brought my turkey calls with me. We're in this building with decent acoustics, and we're just gonna test it out and see how these different types of turkey calls sound. So hope you enjoy this part. If you don't like turkey calling, just skip a little bit further in the video and we're going to be trying to hit the turkey target with a recurve bow. So here we go. All right, so I got to get these calls out of my pocket. Got a rangefinder in my pocket too, get that out of the way. So here's our turkey calls. We got 3 different calls we're going to test. One of them's just a standard cut, and we might test it too. But there's one that purrs good, one that's a little raspy. I can't cluck and purr as good, so that's the first cut. I don't know what it's called. These are the bone collector ones, I think. But gotta get it in there soaking in mouthwash so they're moist. We're gonna try and purr. I don't like the cut as good, or the clicking is good with that. The actual calling parts doesn't sound bad with them. It's a little bit raspy. We're gonna go to call 2. I can't remember, I think this one's my favorite. We'll have to see. Get those unstuck. But let's try it out. Do the same little run. I don't like that as much though. That's not bad though. We'll try and purr on it. Still ain't in love with that. I'm not the greatest caller in the world though. We'll try this last cut, see how it sounds. We're gonna be doing more practicing with this though. That sounds decent, I think. I don't know. I'm never really turkey called too much. I tried a bunch last year and practiced a bunch. Called in a couple birds, but never managed to get one killed. And kept on blowing them off the roost walking in. But I think this one purrs decent at. But the ooh, that sounded awful. Then we just tried just a flat. No, nothing in it. This is an old call too. I got stuck. There we go. I don't really care for that. So far, I think this cut's probably about my favorite so far. I'm gonna watch some more and play. But I got practice out here because my wife don't really like turkey calling. A lot of what I've seen, they say you just kind of cluck once or twice, like just, and not a whole lot fast. So last year I had a couple. What I ran into last year, the one day I really had them running as a hen flew down from roost, and then the turkeys left before they got in range. But it would just kind of purr and then cluck once or twice. So. bad. But overall, I guess I didn't show the cut of the other one. Overall, I think I'm in between these two. I kind of like the rasp of the other, but we got a turkey farm and the hens that we grow generally don't sound very raspy. Occasionally the older ones, but I'm getting squeaky with these. But we'll do more practice. Hopefully closer to turkey season will be something better. I ain't really ran one of these since turkey season last year. But hopefully we'll get a turkey this year called in. I got some scratchers that I made last year too that we might do a video on some slate one day. But we're gonna go get the recurve bow and we're gonna test our turkey target out against the recurve bow and play with that a little. So hope you enjoy. We're about to go to shooting recurves now. It's a little windy outside, so it might be a little distorted, but here we go. All right, so here we go. We're gonna be at approximately 12 yards here in a second. But first I want to show how to actually string a recurve, because I see lots of videos of people like bending them around their legs funny and wrapping it like this and taking the string trying to pull it way over. Whereas if you look, a recurve is always made with a bigger loop on the top end than the bottom end. So you hook the bottom end on the inside of your boot, and then you put your hand right about here to pull in, and you can just pull a push and pop the string right on, and you don't end up warping your limbs over time. I have not shot a recurve a whole lot. I actually forgot my finger guard inside. But we're gonna see how effective that we will be on a turkey in the wind with the recurve bow and arrow. But that's the neat thing. I learned that from the person I got this from. They were big into recurve archery until they got older. And they showed me, and they're like, the reason this is this old and don't have warped limbs is because I've been stringing it righty. So that's why you see everybody's recurve bows eventually getting wore out from bad limbs. So here we go. All right, so that was way off. Oh, that wind's awful. Way off. Didn't hold near far enough to the side. Let's try her again here. That was a little bit closer. We'll go check them out in a second. We're probably about to move maybe somewhere with less wind, hopefully. I don't know. Alright, so I'm gonna go. We'll look at those and then we'll retrieve them and try again. This wind is killing me. Making it terrible to try and film. I don't have a microphone. So our grouping, nothing great. But we're gonna shoot it again. That was warm-ups. Which, unless it's morning hunts, which turkeys usually are morning hunts, but most of my actual archery hunts for deer or anything else are evening, I generally, even with a compound, go out in the yard and I'll warm up just a little bit before that I actually go out and shoot and hunt, because I want to be as warmed up and shooting as good as I can before the hunt, which I don't want to shoot enough to be wore out, but I shoot enough to actually be able to. We went way too far. We're close to 20 yards now. There we go. Now we're back at about 14. So we'll shoot another group here real quick, and then we might go to some more distance just for fun. We're not the greatest recurve shot this summer. You're probably going to see a whole lot more of this because I'm planning to learn how to shoot a recurve a whole lot better, because I would like to next year to try and hunt with it, but I want to practice enough to be ethical to hunt. Ooh, that one was close to his neck. See, if we weren't trying to shoot him in the head or the neck area, probably wouldn't be as hard, which they say that for a turkey, might as well shoot him in the head or the neck because of the kill area. So if we was gonna turkey hunt with this, we'd be using guillotine broadheads at about 10 yards anyways, probably set up in a blind. Oh, we just drilled him right in the forehead on that one. That's probably just sheer luck, but I'll take a good hit any day of the week. See if we can repeat it. So, especially with the guillotine broadhead, about all of those killed him, but let's go check it out to where that you can actually see, and it's not just my word. I need more warm up round. Still not the greatest round. My up and down wasn't perfect, but let's look at this. So the one hit him dead center in the neck. One, we just centered his brain, and then this one we hit right off the edge. Well, they point out with guillotine broadheads you got blades that far, so we'd have still whacked his vertebrae. So we'll pull them out, shoot one more round. I might set the camera up down here to where you can kind of see the arrows coming at it instead of being launched. And then we're probably going to call her a day, or we might do a little bit of long distance shooting with this, but that'll be on shorts. Still not a terrible group. We're just off to the side of him. Most of those, even with a big broadhead, would have probably missed. But we're gonna shoot some shorts now. See if we can't do it long distance with this thing. So if you go to my channel and find the shorts, it'll probably be enjoyable to watch, hopefully. And as always, please come back for next time. Please hit the subscribe button, and we'll just be doing more random stuff like this. Hopefully this summer, get some better weather, be more firearm stuff instead of bow and arrow, but still a lot of bow and arrow. And as always, please come back for next time. Please hit the subscribe button, and we'll just be doing more random stuff like this. Hopefully this summer, get some better weather, be more firearm stuff instead of bow and arrow, but still a lot of bow and arrow.